How many of you have ever experienced a long distance relationship? Like me, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the stress that comes with keeping in touch with someone who lives far away. Or perhaps maybe you know someone who has dealt with similar issues. I think we can all agree that there's a general assumption regarding long distance relationships, and that is that they simply don't work. However, I want to inform you that there is no reason to end any long distance relationship or long distance friendship for that matter in fear of growing apart from one another. Hello, my name is Alec Wilson, and my purpose today is to educate you about the benefits of keeping long distance relationships and long distance friendships through the use of mediated nonverbal communication. I researched an article by Nicholas Brody found in the Communication Research Reports. It was entitled Absence and Mediated Communication Makes the Heart Grow Fonder, clarifying the predictors of satisfaction and commitment in long distance friendships. Through applicable personal experience and the article's research findings, frequent use of mediated communication had a stronger effect on both satisfaction and commitment, while also increasing idealization towards your partner. The article had to do with the section in our textbook, obviously entitled Mediated Nonverbal Communication. This study sought to integrate prior research in the fields of mediated communication and long-distance relationships, but more specifically, predictions extracted from a hyper-personal model regarding the use of media. 592 college students from a large southwestern university completed this experiment through an online survey. They were asked to report on friends who had once lived in a close proximity, but now actually live far away. Researchers predicted to what forms of interactions and at what frequency do they occur, how would it affect the relationship. Time spent between the last face-to-face conversation was also a factor they looked at as well. This hypothesis was tested using a hierarchy regression table. The first table had two variables. One variable had to do with the current friend satisfaction amongst the relationship, and the second was the current friendship commitment. This test concluded that relationships with mediated communication and satisfaction were much stronger with partners who had not seen each other for quite some time compared to partners who had seen each other more recently. Now, the second table suggested how much time spent on mediated communication devices as opposed to your telephones, and how it would affect that satisfaction and commitment within that said relationship. Interesting enough, the results concluded that high-frequency use in mediated communication increased both satisfaction and commitment. The data of this research indicates that the amount of time spent between the last visit actually moderates media frequency, which in turn results in stronger relationships. Furthermore, the results indicate high levels of idealization towards the other individual in the relationship. I extremely believe that this concept is very applicable to every single individual in today's society. I speak for myself when I say that I experienced a long-distance relationship. I can say firsthand that it was tough, because I wasn't able to see my girlfriend for long periods of time. But we did use many different forms of communication to stay in touch. When we did see each other, even though it was only for a short period of time, I felt as if that relationship had grown stronger due to the use of this communication. Not only that, but the data helped me realize that people shouldn't be afraid of long-distance relationships, especially in the world that we live in today. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all play a part in presenting opportunities to explore and strengthen our interpersonal relationships. The article shows valid proof that frequent mediated communication amongst people in long-distance relationships enhances satisfaction and commitment. Granted that certain variables have to be taken into consideration, one such as how strong the relationship is prior to the separation, and two, the various frequencies to which you are using that said mediated communication. But just by talking to you guys about this topic today, further expanded my insight in regards to the use of mediated communication, and I really hope it did the same for you as well. Don't be afraid to explore our new generation of relationships. I think you'll discover that those are the kinds of relationships that are strongest and quite possibly could last a lifetime. Thank you very much.